sugar, snow, and what brings you joy. All this and more on today's Brilliant Observations. Do, 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 do.
I was dancing around, my neck hurts. Boy, I feel so young and vibrant. I can't shake my head to boogie because I feel like my brain is going to fall off my body because
I gotta tell you, I know you're mad at me for watching TikTok all the time and sending you TikToks, and it's a waste of life and time.
It's not. Oh shit, go.
But when they call me on the I'm aging things, like I can't see as well with the radio on in the car.
Oh, I know that's true. Yes,
but that's an aging thing. As you get older, you're like, shh, quiet. I can't see. Wait, what? Good morning, Amy.
my brain only has room for so many tasks, bitches.
Is that it?
And you are not it. Yeah, that's actually it. Good morning, Melissa. How are you? On today's cognitive radiotherapy, I'll be spinning some bullshit based on zero evidence, as usual.
For a change. On today's episode of Aging Not So Gracefully, Aging and Whining, it's Amy and Melissa.
Lordy, Lord,
Lord.
How are you, Tootsie Roll? You're looking like you're wearing some Pelotones. It looks like you've been doing the Pelotonics.
Yeah, I ride every morning, and I feel like if I don't, and I know this is going to be a hard one to wrap your brain around, I'm not going to be as nice.
Oh, that's nice.
I think the routine of it, even if it were like shooting up heroin, like every morning at the same time, as long as I had a routine and I kept to it.
It's good to have goals. Yeah.
I'm more productive. I'm more, I don't know. I don't feel very productive. I did my 80-20 thing again.
What is that?
I do 80% of a gig, and then usually the reason Stuart and I are such a good pairing is he'll walk by and bat clean up on a project that I started.
Yeah, his 20% is other people's like 200%. So you guys, so the 80-20 math is really more like podcast math. It's sort of known as not math, but okay. I get it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, maybe it's 60-40. Fuck you. But I was so proud of myself. I got a picture for our New Year cards.
Oh my, what?
Right? So wait, gets better. I found a coupon for 75% off because I don't do cards, I do magnets. You're well aware.
Off.
Yeah. And it was early. It wasn't like now for New Year's cards. It was early. And I got a picture early at Family Weekend at Pittsburgh. So I made the cards.
I'm stunned. I'm shocked and stunned and stunned and
right.
shocked.
So that's what, 40% of the gig. So they come in the mail. They're right.
What?
Yeah, I know.
How did that happen?
I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about it. And I have addressed 90% of the envelopes. There are the
So you're done. Yeah. Good job, you. They don't have to get mailed or finished. I mean, that's right. That's better. Your job that task is completed. Where's the to-do list? Get the Sharpie.
That's 80 though, right? That's 80, not
90.
60.
No, that's 90. That's 90%. They're in hand and almost all the way done. Almost all the way is more than 80% of the way.
Sealed, stamped, and mailed.
Come on.
Or what's missing. Sealed, stamped, and mailed. Or what's missing.
Well, you're saying it like that's a whole new task. I feel that's inappropriate. I think you need to bundle it into a larger task, thereby granting yourself more credit for completion. See, when you break it down into these micro tasks, I've learned this in managing my own life so poorly. If you break it down into smaller tasks, they're always there, waiting for you, remaining to be done. If you leave it in one giant task that is almost all the way done, except for all of the things that make it getting done, you actually are almost all the way done. And there's fewer items on your list because it's just one giant item. This is really, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
No, I hear what you're saying, but I also like breaking things down because then I can cross things off, and that gives me wild satisfaction. I love crossing. So
no, I'm interrupting because I cannot do that. What I have learned really in this past year, I don't know if it was always there and I was ignoring it, or this past year has brought out this tendency.
Tell me.
I use to-do listing. Somebody called it, I'm trying to remember exactly what the phrase was. It was fancy busy work. So I use the to-do list and the act of organizing and prioritizing and sorting and sifting, and here is how I'll approach this massive undoable task. I use that in place of completing the task.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I
So,
organized it.
No, that's like, ooh, and look at this beautiful thing, and there's little grids on it. And ooh, now we're going to use sticky notes. And okay, and fantastic. And this has been a spreadsheet. And this is like, let me do a presentation for you about all the things that I'm about to begin. No.
P.S.
So
my
I
holiday
can't.
cards are still sitting here,
I
but
can't.
look at this
I can't.
organizational grid.
I can't. So I could do the big cock block. I cannot do that. I instead decide to jump into the fucking task and begin and get all the way up to my tits and sacrifice the efficiency and the whoopsies, because if I don't, I would still be planning to make the brittle. So I need to actually just start doing it, and then in the process, it's kind of like I imagine French braiding hair to be. You know how you begin braiding and then you grab a piece from the side and pull that in, and then another piece from the side, and then another piece, and then another piece. I never could understand that, but that's how I lead my life. It's like we're already braiding. Just grab the other piece. Now you're in there too. I'm braiding you in. You're in. I'm braided. So,
I'm braiding you in. I love that. Braid me in.
So.
I love that. Do you ever have a competition with people in your house? Like, I'll give you an example of one that's happening in our house currently. There is a mug. Who's going to put it in the dishwasher? Like, how gross do things need to get before the next step is taken? Do you have that competition in your house sometimes?
No, and here's why. We have champions in this house, so it's very defeatist to compete with them. The middle child is a professional level and still yet amateur, because he's not being paid for it yet, filthmonger. And the stacks of debris in every area that he touches, it's no contest. You can't compete with him. If you're looking for a dish, a plate, a cup, a spoon, a knife, a fork, a napkin, piece of paper, backpack, any item of clothing, all chargers to every device, even those we no longer own, they are all in his sticky, slovenly vortex. So you just can't. I actually was reading something today saying, here's the good way for you to break your kids from leaving their dishes everywhere.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, parent, come on over to my house for 30 seconds and watch your dreams crumble. So their suggestion is assign every person in the house, like camp, their own dish, bowl, fork, knife, spoon, cup.
That's all you get?
Yep. And see
and if
how
it's not clean, you can't use it again?
Or I guess they think that's how these children would behave. I'm not sure why they think that would prevent them from stealing other people's plates or eating directly out of the box or, You
might have one that would steal, but you have two others that are smart enough to cut a hole in the top of the cereal box and pour the milk right in there and
done.
Eat it right
That's what I'm saying. They would ingeniousize themselves through this whole process.
Why are you eating cereal with the spatula? Well, because my spoon is dirty and I ain't cleaning
it. The levels of cockfuckery that go around this place.
That's a ladle, son.
Well, it must have been on BuzzFeed because it was like a thread of all these memes. And the other one that actually absolutely killed me, because it doesn't even make any sense. The child in this meme or whatever, in this post, ran the vacuum in the room without plugging it in, just ran the vacuum over the carpet, because once you get the lines in the carpet, it looks clean anyway. So what I don't understand is you did the work, you idiot, but you didn't do the work. You did the worst of all. You did all the work with zero result. You're a twice failure. Oh, I don't understand who would do this. It made me stunned to read it, because I know that sort of stupidity is in the world.
It was like when the kids were little and to brush their teeth, they would just wet the toothbrush and walk away. I'm like, you're there. You wet the toothbrush. I mean, just run it across your teeth.
That I get. That's avoidance behavior. That's crafty laziness. I endorse. Right? What I don't understand. What I don't understand are my stupid kids, right? They would take the toothpaste and smear it on the front teeth with their finger so that when you do the breath check, it still smells. I'm like, you were so close. Right? All that's missing is agitation and time. And instead, you agitate me and waste my time. That's a nice little analogy worked out for me there. I'm just saying, their teeth are, I don't want to talk about teeth. It makes me so sad. It makes me so sad. Our orthodontist actually sent my son's rubber bands to his school because he was so overdue in coming to pick them up.
That's hilarious.
Well, I mean, it helps that we all go to the same school and their kids are in the same classes, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm tired of texting you to come pick these things up. So his classmate handed him. It's like, here's your shit from my dad.
I wonder
you bucktooth wonder. Yeah.
I wonder what it would take, because that's embarrassing, right? Like, my friend
It
knows
should
because
be.
his dad knows.
Yeah.
What is it going to take to, like, shame these kids into, I don't want to say cleanliness, or just doing the right thing?
I'm sure he saw it as a convenience. Great. Now I don't need to drive over there after school.
Oh, you've got DoorDash for braces.
Thank you. Can I just get that delivered? Can I have someone else brush my teeth?
Hey, Jimmy, I'm low on floss. Hit your dad up and bring that in tomorrow.
Oh, my God, these kids.
Dude, you floss?
So your question is, what would it take to shame them? The fear and no. Through the fear, they have no shame. They cannot be shamed. I've been watching 30 Rock. Do you remember 30 Rock?
Sure do.
Okay. Do you remember the character Frank, who was the one with the trucker hats that were always different trucker hats?
Yeah.
So he's the office pig, right? But he's like a crafty dirt bomb pig. He's not he's sad in his own way because he chooses the filth. He's pro-filth. He endorses filth, right? That, to me, is my kids. Like, why do they not, and it's really just 2 out of the 3 to be fair, but the third one is starting to pick up these bad habits. Why do they want it? No, the third one's in there because he treats his body like no one can smell it. I don't understand. Yeah, he'll go, you have to ask the question, when was the last day you had a shower? Right?
Oof.
Right? And this is someone who regularly has more than 1 hour long each practices for more than one sport in a day and still doesn't take a shower. Are you kidding me? It's an olfactory offense. It's not good. It's not good. It's super, super gross and bad. The others are kind of that way, but they get to a point where they gross themselves out and they're like, yeah, I gotta take a shower. But then they live in Oscar the Grouch trash can. Yeah, absolutely live in the dumpster. So, and sort of like think that's okay.
My favorite story of yours about that very topic was when your son had a cast party at your house. We've told this on pod once or twice.
It bears repeating.
Well, then repeat it.
No, it's the truth. It is absolutely the truth. We don't make this up. Some of the I threw a huge cast party. We don't live that far from the school. It was a giant cast, so it was easy for everybody. Let's do it. And I like to cook. Everybody came over, and our house is kind of a deal because we made it kind of a deal to be very art-filled. So everyone was walking around pie-eyed looking at this. Oh, my God. I'm like, oh, you live here. Oh, look at all the art, blah, blah, blah. And 2 of the gaggle of gals looked over at my oldest Rocco and said to him with a dead serious face, not joking, not sarcastic, I can't believe you live here. I thought you lived in a trailer park. Like, not just like the realization, like, wow, I didn't know you at all. Almost as if he had said something very loving to them. And their response was, wow, you're a really sensitive guy. Like, it came out that way. So it was genuinely like they missed the insult and then people laughed afterward. And I was like, oh, no, that's it. And he took it like a compliment. Like he had solved his, I don't know, goodwill ambassador enterprise desire to make everybody feel like he can't ever buy something new. Like I don't understand it.
I would have substituted trailer park with refrigerator box.
Yes.
But yes, that's exactly my favorite story.
Back of a 7-Eleven dumpster. Like whatever you're going to get, right? Super,
I love it.
Super gross.
My competition was with my spouse about cups.
What?
Leaving them out and not putting them in the dishwasher.
What?
We used to do that, yeah.
Why?
Well,
I'm shocked. I don't understand. You have to unpack this for me. Go.
So now what I do is I bring a cup upstairs at night, drink, and then I put it in his bathroom so he brings it downstairs.
Upstairs is different. That's a different sport. Upstairs is a different sport. I thought you meant in the kitchen.
No, I have to clear off everything. Yeah.
If you're allowed, that's why I didn't understand it. Did not compute. Upstairs is a different sport. In my house, my upstairs is my bedroom. You know when we say upstairs, going to bed, our bedroom is on the first floor, so it's kind of not that big of a. But I do like to collect. Like is a tricky word. I do collect what my husband refers to as dust water because I have so many glasses on my bedside table that I will continue drinking from, which he finds beyond repugnant. But the reality is, does anything really happen to the water after 2 days of sitting on your bedside table? It's 2 days. What do you think
Open?
Yes.
Open tub.
No, I put lids on my glasses. What do you think is floating in my bedroom that's going to jank up the water in 2 days?
Can't you at least bring a water bottle so you can close it and it doesn't?
No.
What's the ew?
I'm sorry.
No, I want all of that dander and dust and filth to fall in. I won't drink that.
What? Come on. I don't like water bottles. They're gross.
Dust water. Right, you don't like plastic and you don't like metal.
I don't like
you don't
thick.
like.
I want it to be nice, thin-walled glass that's ready and waiting for me. I don't like ice water either. I'll tolerate it, but I don't ever choose it. Why would I want that? It's gross.
I'm not going to argue that. I agree.
It makes the glass wet, like all of it. And it makes now I must have a fucking coaster. Just get up. What's the problem with you? It's got to be colder than your body. I don't even get it. I mean, maybe if it's a super hot day, but people who are like seeking out, we've got ice cube counters in this house too. So they say they've already got their number, So they used to specify with 4 ice cubes or with 5 ice cubes or with 3 ice cubes. And now you just know everybody's cube count. So it's like you don't even have to ask. But I'm saying, are you out of your fucking mind? You're going to be this way when you go to the beach with your pelletized ice cube tricks.
I do have, I thought you were saying Peloton. I do have a pellet ice maker coming to me at the beach. Stuart's there now checking out. Yeah, they're tiling right now.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, I'm going to send you a couple of pictures.
Yay.
Well, I'm going to send you a couple of pictures and you will be very amused. They are tiling. They have not, I just want a picture of the hardwood floor so that I just don't have a memory of things. I don't know why. I think it's back to the beginning of the show.
It's that brain that doesn't work.
It's the aging. Mm-hmm, yeah. That's a problem, though.
Is it, though? Because when you get older and you have devoted a lot of your life to the service of others and the betterment of the world, you end up with $4 or $5 in your pocket. And
have I done that?
And you can, yes. And you can hire some stupid schmo to come over and brush your teeth and tell you what day it is. All these things.
Well, don't let your kids hear that. They'll have plans to do just that.
I'm so sick of my kids. Yesterday was SAT, and it was his first SAT, and there was a little bit of, I got it. I'm ready. Bleh. A little bit of that.
Defensive posturing, if you will.
A little bit. We ended up getting there 30 minutes before we were supposed to be there, which unfortunately I think may have fueled some of this. Shut up, don't talk to me, don't breathe, mom. In any event.
Okay, freeze. What do you do when you get that kind of disrespectful attitude from your child?
I see it from him as, in those circumstances, as an anxiety response. I'm learning after all of last year, the 18 months where we've had to figure out, why are you such a prick? Oh, this is your way of not burning the house down. Got it. So, because we've been learning as a family and learning about that one child in particular. So that's very different. And that's I always, when you talk about the disrespect response, I always have that in my brain because I've got at least one kid where it is no different than if he were burst out into tears, right? How would you treat a child who burst into tears? Very differently than a child who said, why don't you go fuck your own brother? I don't know who would say that to you or why.
Yeah, I guess.
So
I
let me
guess
just
where
finish.
I have
Let me just finish this thing. So I absolutely know that fundamentally it's not disrespect. So now we're trying to work through. Okay, but the result is it is disrespectful, but the motivation is it has nothing to do with me. So let me help you figure out how this is not going to work long term. Right now, we're trying to figure out how to get to the SAT on time and do your best performance at the SAT, and then go happy and smile with your friends, and then still show up to class on Monday, bright and shiny and doing your homework. Like, there's so many bigger things at play. Respect in the form of normal human, polite interaction. It's in there. But I'm not hung up on that with that one child at this moment. So, you speak.
Well, I guess what got me just there was the at this moment, because, I mean, my husband handles it much better than I do, that blatant go fuck yourself. And I think I will do that while I am not shopping for you, while I am not cleaning up your shit and putting your stuff away. And I tend to want to go directly to vindictive, and I can't because they're children and I kind of worship them. So I want not to be a dick, so I just walk away now. That's my new, I'm out.
What do you think they're doing that's being disrespectful, though? Is this in your...
Don't look at me, don't touch me, don't talk to me, fuck you, like all of the things. It's not in my head. It's the words that come out.
No, I understand. And I live in the world, and I don't have any Pollyanna thing that we're just using cutesy euphemisms because we're talking in public about very private, upsetting, impolite things that happen in our homes.
Right.
I'm with you. I have that home. My question to you is, does it fundamentally feel the same to you? Does your disrespect, no, kill, strike response happen automatically when you are alone with your family in your own home versus when this happens when any other non-biologically connected person can see or hear it?
No human that's not biologically connected to me could ever make me feel the way the biological ones do. I don't.
No, I understand. I made that question too complicated. When they are dicks to you at
You're
home,
very simple, Melissa. Let me make it more simple.
No, when they're dicks to you at home, does your response in your body feel the same as if they were ever dicks? Does somebody have to see it to you to have that response?
No, it would never happen. It would never be an away game. It would never happen outside.
Okay,
the
so
house.
it's not like this is happening in Target and you're
No.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it's like his level of disrespect was happening to me in the car. I have had days where that level of disrespect through anxiety has happened in the gas station, in the restaurant, in the Target, at the lacrosse field. Pick one, and it's
an away
air quotes.
game.
Well, air quotes. Yeah, level of disrespect, because there's this. Everybody in the house is male, and sports. So there's this trash talk kind of vibe that gets, and there's this bro code that gets the lines soften. Things get pushed accidentally, misinterpreted, sarcasm. We had a hard time teaching and learning and understanding sarcasm in our house because that was the disrespect code, because it wasn't fully... sarcasm is a tricky one here. So sarcasm, jokes that feel like, what is a lie?
A personal attack,
what is a lie,
right?
And what is a sarcastic? What is a joke and what is bullying? Like, all of those lines really overlap in some kind of funky ways for the past 19 years with the three unique humans.
Right, because you have three sons, right, who
with
rib
all
each
three,
other.
with all three different needs, with all three different attitudes, like loves, friends, sensitivities, awareness of the world. So all of that, I always look to my best friend Janine, who is the sarcasm queen. Her whole family, they're just generationally pristine in their sarcastic humor. It's fantastic. They get it. The puns, the kids get it from an early age.
Puns are
They get it. They
unbelievable.
get it. They get it. So they can be really fucking rough in the talk, and it is never interpreted as because I have a knife in my pocket and will cut your throat. In our house, accidentally, jokes that are fun, that everyone in the world thinks are funny, things on the TV that everyone thinks are funny,
hit a soft spot.
Hit at like a knife in the throat. So to bring it all the way back to you, my real question is, this is only happening when no one can see it.
Yes.
This isn't even a real thing.
Any therapist would tell you, any good therapist will tell you, well, that is where they feel comfortable in your home. And as long as the world...
they're not disrespecting you. They have the closest level of I can say and do and feel anything. What's happening is...
Still hurts.
It feels like a boundary thing. So then it's like, hey, after the fact... You were a real dick, and I didn't like it. You could be as upset and angry as you want, Mom. But you don't. Well, I'm sorry, Mom is bullshit.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Fuck, I don't care about that. You should be sorry, and I don't need to hear it. What I need to hear is that you understand when you're feeling like you need space from me.
Whatever,
you can't take an ice pick to my tit and route it out. You can't do that shit. You got to figure out
that would hurt so badly.
you have to give them visual language. They're stupid. They have to understand. Give them a nice one. No,
I'm gonna try that next.
No, I'm just trying to say in the quiet.
I just swallow it
in the quiet moment, because they're always going to come back and apologize to you because they're good kids and they love you. But that apology is worthless to you, and on some level they know it. On some level, it's you even have indoctrinated the phrase that they live by, which is ask
be kind.
Forgiveness.
No, be kind to your mother.
Permission.
I don't go by that doctrine.
You do, and your son has said it right back up in your fucking face when he went to the IHOPs with his friend called Perkins, whatever it is. You know what I'm trying to say to you. It's really coming back. Well, no, part of it is I don't see the disrespect when they're saying, get the fuck out of my room, Mom. I mean, of course, I see it when I said it just like that. But my point to you is also, how long were you in their room? And what were they doing when you were in the room? And what were you asking them to do when they were in their room? They should not be talking to you that way. I get it, but where is also
see the whole board?
Well, were you talking to them to do something like they were your 10-year-old baby and not your I'm already in college?
Don't turn this around and make it my fault. Don't turn this around and make it my fault.
Had he stolen something from the bank and was actively concealing it when you were in the room? It's all his fault. It's all his fault.
Snap out of it. All right.
All right, I'm done with therapy with Amy.
Two things. One, I sent you a series of pictures of a house that we are building.
Oh, my God.
And two, I had an experience, while you look at that, I'm going to share with dear listener. I had an experience where my friend and I heard the same comment, and we both went in two totally different directions.
Oh, wow.
For example, the phrase was, it's going to be a very snowy winter. And
how could you interpret that?
I went into like a deep depression of I fucking hate snow and snow should die and it's going to be the worst winter ever. And my friend was like, yay, snow. And I'm like, what are you, 7? Like snow ruins everything. It makes drivers morons. It makes supermarkets empty. It makes it's the worst plague that has been cast upon us as a society.
Whoa.
I hate snow.
God, why did
I
you
like
move
a good flurry
to Philadelphia then? God bless. You're from New York. Did you feel like it was going to be hotter there? It's not. It's not. Pro tip.
No.
Pro tip. It's not.
I lived in Delaware for years. I got it. I know what Philly means, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. I also hate Florida, so same reaction.
I'm starting to get, natural world equals hated by Missy. When you said it's going to be a snowy winter and we could interpret one of two ways.
Yeah.
My gut reaction was, how could you interpret that any other way than snow will be falling in winter? Like, I just didn't have an emotional response to it. Because I was primed to think, did this person mistrust it? So, but now that I'm off that, so I was like, now there's 3 responses. Super logical. No, my emotional response to it's going to be a snowy winter is yay. Because we live in Southtown. We live in Southtown where you don't ever get the snow. I don't want to move to Maine where there's 5 feet of snow. I am only 4 inches taller than the snow in Maine. That's not even my eyes. That's eyebrow height. Stop it. That's eyebrow height snow. Just picture that. Picture that. Eyebrow height snow. That's too much snow. But, a little dusting on the trees, but you could still drive. I don't know.
That's not where it was going. It said it's going to be a super snowy winter. And I thought, fuck, my life is over. It's ruined.
That's not fun.
And this other person was like, yippee. I'm like, why don't you shut the fuck up?
Does that person have kids or a mental disorder?
Yeah, probably both. But still, I mean, really? Why? And then, you could trace it all back to my mother, who was paralyzed with snow and projected that onto her kid. Well, I thought onto her kids because I fucking hate snow. And I mean, I live kind of in the middle of nowhere, so we have a lot of windy roads that are tree covered. And if they're tree covered, once it ices, it does not melt until, like, the sun never hits those roads. So it doesn't melt until like 10 days after, where everybody else, as long as you can get out of both our neighborhood and like the windy roads around us, the roads are clear, but you really just need to hit the brakes, lock them up, and slide down those hills to get out of here. And to me, that's a fucking nightmare, and I don't ever want to leave the house again.
My God.
As opposed to a normal person who's like, look, it's snowing. Look
it's
how pretty.
Right. Let's have fun. No, and you, just the whole thing, and dogs and shopping and coats where you're sweating before you get into the car, and then you can't drive because you're going to die because the coat just now
strangling you.
No, you've brought me full circle to hating winter. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mother Hate. Yes, this has really brought me full circle.
This tourism commercial is brought to you by I Hate Winter. Visit us on the internet at checkitoutdope.com.
Brian?
Hey, Amy.
Yes.
Was your family so excited yesterday when Michigan won?
Yes.
We were going back and forth between the Pitt game, who, by the way, they won as well. Pitt, Michigan, Pitt, Michigan, Pitt, Michigan.
We are
very excited.
We are having a Michigan moment. So between defeating Ohio State, yay, and it was Iowa yesterday, I think.
Yesterday was Iowa.
I got to be honest. The fans are glued to the television, fist in the air, cheering, giggling, technologizing, and I am adjacent, making brittle. So it's sort of like if I had my earbuds back, I would be listening to a book on tape. So, but at the same time, yay, go team, Wolverines for life, go blue. Did
you lose your AirPods?
Yes, I loaned them to my middle son. They'll never come back. Yeah. So
that's another Seuss book. Oh, the mistakes we make.
Yes. Chapter 2. Yeah.
I mean, you made a comment on a previous.
Back. Well, I don't want them back.
That's what you made a comment
on
a previous podcast where you said, "I won't lend them my AirPods because I know what's." Ugh.
No, it's sickening to me. So I just decided that I don't have them anymore, which is tough. So I just play my stuff when I need to, kind of quiet, and just listen through the phone speaker.
I'm afraid to ask you what this 30-second list is because you have an item on our board called the 30-second list. How many things can you list in 30 seconds? Mm-hmm. And I think you need to flash back to season 1 of Brilliant Observations. It might have been called Reservations at the time.
Oh, I remember.
Where I share with you my biggest fears, clowns, and timers. Yeah, so you can suck a bag of dicks if you're going to put a timer on and make me do something. But
maybe you'll find humor in it. You can time me. Here's why this came to light. We went to sports again. 6 basketball games in 1 week, and that's a lot of basketball for someone who
love
physically.
Basketball,
I don't,
I love
yet I'm going to a professional basketball game at the end of the year. So the Nets, are they the Nets?
You're going to Brooklyn?
Yes, they're playing the 76ers. So
when are you doing that?
New Year's week, the week leading a Thursday, going up to New Year's. So, why? And it costs money, like a lot of money. It costs like you could get
dollars.
You could get a nice spa day for one of these fucking seats. In any event, at one of these big deal games that we just attended, during a TV timeout, they had a great warm-up guy for the crowd to keep us engaged and laughing and whatever and just relaxed. I don't know what he was doing. He's just sports. So
he's a fluffer.
He was a sports fluffer.
Uh-huh.
So, and the other thing I really, really liked is they would do their stretching on the floor, is probably called the court. They would do all their stretching right on the court. And they had...
You mean when other people stretched them?
It was dude on dude.
Love it.
And they're all so fit, and they had like devices, and they were leaning on each other and like grunting and pulling with like ropes. And oh my God, I was like, wow, this is wonderful. It was very exciting to watch because it was so strange. They would just get out these big, long yoga tubes and all kind of crap and then twist themselves and contort it into pretzels and their ass in the air. And they just
foam
acted
rollers.
like,
Rollers,
people
yeah.
were not just grabbing a hold of their butt cleft and dig it in and then grab their foot and stick it behind their head. They were just like, boop, boop, boop. The guy's acting like the whole world is not watching this go down with your whole balls and everybody taint, stick it straight up in the air in some dude's face right next to it. I'm thinking, what is happening? And why have I not watched basketball up to this point?
Love basketball.
Okay.
Not why.
Out comes the fluffer. Whatever the seventh inning, I guess it was halftime. I don't know what was happening. They were throwing girls up in the air. Don't cover your eyes. Fuck you.
You were going for a 7th inning stretch in a basketball game.
How big? They're serving you food.
Sweet
it's entertainment.
Caroline.
Ba, ba, ba. Well, they do that here because we're Carolina people. So I figured they only do it here. Do they do it at every game?
First of all, I think it started in Boston, but it's everywhere.
Okay, well, they do here because Neil Diamond.
Because they do it everywhere.
My God. Because we're in fucking Carolina at a Carolina game.
No, they do it everywhere. But go ahead.
Okay, so the little
Please
girls,
tell me what this fluffer
the little
did.
girls are being thrown up in the air, and people are clapping, and then the people are throwing basketballs at the hoop to win lots of money, and then the Special Olympics kids come out and they do their thing, and we're cheer for them, and all the stuff is happening, and TV timeout, and who cares, blah. And out comes the fluffer, and they do 2 people competitively 30-second list. So they tell the first guy, okay, here's your category, name 30, or you've got 30 seconds, name as many as you can, go. And he stands there.
Oh my God, my heart just started to race when you said go.
And he can't do it. And he's like, And it was, at a basketball game, it was NBA teams. List as many NBA teams as you can. And then they had, in like the locker room, some alumni player, I guess, sitting there. And they did the same thing to him. So nobody gets the category until they start. But they could only come up with, yeah, okay, but you're not standing there on the court.
No, there's no pressure on
however
me.
many thousand people staring at you, screaming and cheering and you suck or whatever else they throw in. I don't know what happens. It wasn't Philadelphia. But anyway, but it was so much fun to watch because I was thinking I wouldn't know any, but also I would know more than 11. I could come up with more than 11. And then I start trash talking him in my brain with all of my I'm better than you even though I'm not stuff. And I thought we should do a 30-second list. But the trick is, you can't know the category in advance or it doesn't work. The other trick is you can't have a countdown timer or you'll have a stroke. So
my heart's already pounding.
Okay,
I'm surprised you don't have to.
You don't have to do this. But what if because I was going to say Stuart could come in and give us the category, but it would have to be like written down somehow, like he'd text it to me and then text it to you so that you take your headphones off. It's getting very complicated. Just give me a category and we'll put a 30-second timer on and we'll see what I get. We'll just simplify it.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Dear listener.
Oh! They're listening?
Dear listener.
They're involved? They're going to do it?
Dear listener, send us topics. Amy will not check the, is that a brittle
I'm sorry.
spatula?
Yes. I just finished making yet another batch of brittle, and I didn't clean the spatula because I knew I was going to come in here and eat it, but it occurs to me I couldn't eat it because it's really loud and crunchy.
All right. Then let me do my thing while you have some crunch.
I'm going to put on myself a mute.
Dear listener, let me ask you. If you email us a topic for Amy, because you know I will explode and die if you put a 30-second timer on anything that relates to me and speaking. And that's just mean, so don't be mean. Send me topics. I will be happy to quiz Amy. And I feel like for 30 seconds, I could commit that to every show to quiz Amy at the top or bottom of every show. Who is it? James Lipton, who had 5 questions? What's your favorite curse word? I think we know what Amy's favorite curse word is. All of them. That's her favorite curse word. Yes, all of them. So send us brilliantobservations@gmail.com. You can, I'm watching her eat the brittle off the plastic spatula, and it is not as enjoyable as you would think it would be. So let us know. Hit us up. Instagram and where are we? Listen Brilliant. Instagram and Twitter at Listen Brilliant.
My hair.
That's awful.
Oh, that was in my hair. Look. Yoip. What's the pretty
Yeah,
one?
I told you when we.
I didn't hear a thing you said because I turned myself totally on mute and muted you too. And I was trying to eat that thing like George Costanza eating an ice cream sundae. So I hope you were making fun of me because it was ridiculous. I almost broke
George
my teeth.
Costanza. So I asked the listeners to send to brilliantobservations@gmail.com or on Facebook at Listen Brilliant. No, Brillab Squad. That's it. At Brillab Squad to hit us up with topics.
You can find it. Listen, if you're involved at this level, why don't you read the fucking show notes, you pig? Because I got to write that stupid crap and I don't like doing it. So go and do it. And there, you need to find some things. I got to do all the work for you too. I got to review
what I sound like?
I have to review myself. I have to go and rate 5 stars all by myself. I have to tell my friends myself. Who's listening? We can hear it. We don't have to subscribe. We're the listening already. We're doing this for you.
And that's what sugar at 10 a.m. is all about. That was the topic on our board for today too. Fucking sugar. Is there anything more addictive than sugar?
Nope. Scientifically, no, actually. It's more addictive than heroin.
It is, and it's everywhere. It's so accessible. Sugar will be the death of me. I understand why I could do sit-ups to, I don't know, next Thursday nonstop, and I will never counter the parts of my body because I also enjoy life and eating. And I don't eat like a crazy pig, but bread turns to, wait for it, sugar in your body.
Oh, fucking bread.
And bread is my favorite staple. My friend Anya, our friend Anya.
Yes, I'm there too, yes.
Dear listener Anya lives in Denver, Boulder, Arvada. She lives in that sort of, I asked her for her address because she too has earned a magnet for her refrigerator. But she's a massage therapist and she has taken to baking.
Oh my God, yeah.
I say taken to. Her mother, it's in her genes. She is a cook, a baker. She makes potato salad that could make you cry.
I have cried, wept, tears of joy. The sourdough is really, it's hard to even call it sour. It's so fucking good. It shouldn't have anything negative associated with it. It honestly, it makes other bakeries say, how are we still in business? I don't understand it.
She said, send me your address because I want to send you some bread. And my heart stopped. Almost like my heart stopped when you said 30-second timer. So I was like,
okay.
I love bread. So it all turns to sugar, something that is so not good for you and the easiest solution and the hardest thing to do. Dear sugar, I love you. Yes. I love you. But
I hate you. Well, that's the reason that in making the brittle a couple of years ago, I honestly decided not to because I thought, is it really a good idea to be buying sugar
by the pallet?
By the 50-pound bag? I have to go buy another 50-pound bag today. I'm out of sugar again today. It's ridiculous. Sugar and fat and salt. It's spectacular, but it's not great for me to be eating it. I don't know. I'm going to just get through this period of high production of making and selling brittle for
through the holiday.
Who don't know what it is. It's gourmet nut brittle. So it's a lot of sugar and nuts flying through my fingers. Sugared nuts. Hey.
Flying through my fingers every day.
I'm just saying. It's health ramifications, they come back. That karma train comes rolling back to us in January. I think we're jumping the gun. We didn't even say Happy Hanukkah.
Should we wait it out? Oh.
Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you.
Are we still really in Hanukkah?
Sunday,
I've lost
Sunday.
Track of days.
It's the last night tonight.
Oh,
yeah.
Fantastic.
El Ultimo Noche. Yeah, I when the kids are little, it's fine to celebrate Hanukkah to encourage the intense competition between Christmas and Hanukkah.
It's better than those
Jewish
mugs
kids
on the counter. I'm here to tell you that's a competition you should get into. Bring it. And just a quick aside, do you track the Foo Fighters every Hanukkah? They do their Best of Jews. It's my favorite. They do once a day. Once a day. This is the second year that he's doing it. Once a day for Hanukkah, they'll release a cover of a Jewish performer. So and they're fucking brilliant. So and
where do you find that?
Well, they put it on their socials, but I'm sure it's out in the rest of the world. Just Google it, and I will Google it. I'll find it, and I'll put a link to it in the show notes. But
I'd love to see that.
It's super good. I mean, they've done Billy Joel, they've done David Lee Roth, they've done I don't know. I'm trying to remember. Every time there's another good one, I'm like, oh my God, that's really good. Are you kidding? So I forget what the latest one that was really good that we were listening to enjoy. Oh, Copacabana from Barry Manilow. That was hilarious. So they're all very good.
Oh, I definitely am going to find that now. And 8 nights of it, huh? That's awesome.
8 nights. There's a new drop every day.
Hey, did you see a surge in your brittle production? There are a couple of people up here in this area who have said, I need to give some gifts to clients.
Hey, ho.
And I said, and she gave a you know, that local community forum that makes me fucking crazy on a daily basis? Well, I put your website in there as a potential. These are amazing gifts. What did they do? Cookies? Like they always did Mrs. Fields. I'm like, that shit's gross. So if you could have a small business owner, small batch maker in the South, it gives, I don't know. I just put you everywhere. So let me know if you see a surge.
I love you. Yeah, at this point, I've got it set up where it just tells me how many batches I need to make this hour to keep going. So just keep going. So I
can't talk.
I'm doing well. And I have, I want to say 17 batches left to make to completely fulfill my next benchmark. And then I've got like some others that aren't due because people have ordered them for parties and things like this. Good for you. We have to get back to this 30-second list or you're going to have to cut all that out because people are like, what the fuck? You crazy diversion theater. Okay.
This is Fruit Fly Theater. Our attention span is 8 seconds and then we are off. Okay. So here's a topic for you for which I will give you 30 seconds.
Are you doing the timing? As well?
I guess I have to.
Okay. Well, wait. I could just hold up a thing and say how long.
Hold up a thing.
Okay.
And let me give you a topic. And your topic is it's got to be something I know also to know if you're full of shit. So.
No, it can be anything. The topic can be spoon types. I mean, the idea is that's what I'm saying. It's just a category.
All right. Let's do a category we were just discussing. Okay.
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready. I'm just going to press start the second you say go, and I'm going to turn it to you, and then you tell me to stop because I won't look at the timer.
The topic is 80s candies. Go.
80s candies. That's like payday?
Retro candies.
That's okay. Payday. So, Bit O' Honey. Mary Jane's. Smarties. Root beer barrels. Fuck. Necco wafers, chiclets, mallow cups.
Time.
Fuck! I didn't get any.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
That's
8.
terrible! Wow. I don't know that I even understood the category. All right. Well, I did very poorly.
No, I think you did great. I think you did great.
I think I got more than if you had said something really tough, like states. Math.
I was like, wait, is she ending her sentence right there at states? Yes. I think I could have done better than 8 with states. But
You think the pressure of the time. It's a cooker.
States, like you might as well say numbers between 1 and 30. I mean, states, like you could do the East Coast, you could do the West Coast. It's that middle fucking thing. It's the Bible Belt that you try to convince yourself doesn't exist.
I know it.
I watch a TikTok account on how do you say TikTok, and it's like Lumberland. It's people who take old bats and they make drinking. I think it's somewhere south. They make like mugs out of bats. So they sand them down and then they put like either a baseball team on it. It's very cool, but they have a completely young staff in there doing it, and they pack them up, and we're like, what the fuck do you do there? So anyway, they do these quizzes to each other every once in a while, and they did one of what country is this? And they took a completely white map, like with nothing written on it, just a map of like Europe or Asia. And they just made one country blue. What country is this? And I just looked at it like.
I wouldn't even know if it was America.
I had nothing. And they're like, that is I can't even think of a face.
Yeah.
That is Stan. And I was like, no, it's not.
Come on.
First of all,
nobody
you're
looks
in
at
the
them
wrong
in
continent.
isolation. We're community based. I want to see you with your neighbors, and the line's also drawn there. So there's usually like a circle involved, a sphere involved. It's called a globe. You can find them where they are.
And they're different colors, and they're
no
on that, which is kind of what I feel like somebody else on TikTok said. Hey, the generation that didn't have the internet, I want to talk to you for a second. How did you do anything? How did you figure anything out? And I thought in my head, well, we talked to people.
Yeah, a lot.
Right?
Lot.
He said, because I just made an entire Thanksgiving dinner completely from the internet.
Yeah, we read books. We went to a place called the library.
We got a cookbook.
Mm-hmm. We also got something called an education, right? Where you were required to read books that come from a library. So all these things.
Yes, 1,000 times yes. But as he said it, I thought, how did we get anything done? Oh, right, because we were readers and we talked to people. But is that no longer necessary to read and talk to people?
No,
like, is there?
It's not. It's absolutely not. And the kinds of reading have changed. The kinds have changed so much.
Yeah.
When you're reading things from books, when you're citing sources, time was required some level of authoritative credibility, legal credibility, right? It had to stand up to scrutiny, or it wouldn't get published, or it would be taken off the shelves if we're talking about things that are fact, that are intended to be nonfiction. Yeah.
As opposed to the recent phrase you've heard, which is,
right,
those are alternative facts or your facts. I'm like, yeah, facts. Like, I think you should look that word up. I don't think that means what you think that means. Like, I think.
Bored. Yeah. So it was a book, and so there was a threshold.
Like an authority.
Well, there was a threshold that had to be met for the information to even have a book on it.
To be in print. Yes.
Now we have all of the burden of evaluating credibility falls on the reader, and the readers are not equal to the task. So we have information overload.
Many readers are not equal to the task.
No reader is
Dear
equal
listeners.
to the task. No reader is equal to the task. You're just not. We have information overload, and it is not possible to thoroughly evaluate the credibility of every source that you receive information from. It's not. So we have cheats. We'll trust this one sort of, and then we'll learn, oh, that wasn't right. I mean, it's a huge range of information that's flowing at you all the time.
Hey, I have a question about that huge range of information that's flowing at you all the time. Chris Cuomo being fired by CNN.
Ah, yes.
Who do you respect less?
30 seconds on the clock and go. The password is. She's laughing so hard she's had to sit back from the mic.
I'm sorry. Who do you respect
less? This is one of my favorite survey questions. Least respected. And are we back in the bedroom saying, fuck you, Mom? No. Who do you respect less? Tell me. What?
Who do you respect less? Chris Cuomo.
Got it.
Or Jeffrey Toobin?
Jeffrey Toobin. 1,000,000%. I actually was at a friend's house having this very conversation because it came up, and the friend mentioned Jeffrey Toobin because of probably the association with the same network. And the friend volunteered, that guy's a blah, 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 blah. And then in reference to Cuomo, I would have done it. I mean, I get it. I would not have done what Chris Cuomo did in the way he did it. I would definitely have chosen family over network. I would have chosen family over profession. I would have chosen family, but I would have investigated the situation until there was really something. Like, I'm not gonna help you get away with something that is really, 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 truly bad. But if the question is, we're still dealing with gathering information and how can I help you at this stage, I'm absolutely going to do it. And if it means...
That's not what he got fired for, though.
No, but if it means, you don't... Sorry, I had to get something off the microphone.
Yeah, it's hair.
Okay, fuck off. So
or brittle, even worse.
Well, here's the other thing. Don't you have a fucking staffer? Don't you have 3? This to me is back to the Clinton level of stupidity. If you're going to fucking do something, don't be so obvious that you want to get caught. Like, that's just how dumb. That's the thing that makes me say, yeah, okay. If you're going to act like that, then fuck you. You brought self-inflicted wound. You can't get 3, 4 levels. He's a fucking Italian. We know how to do shit without people knowing that we're doing shit. This is why I'm like, fuck you, Cuomo.
You could have done that better.
Your whole family has been in politics in New York for like 30 million years, and you can't drum up some information without keeping my name out your mouth? Yes. Lose your job, you stupid.
Yeah, he'll get picked up super fast. I mean, MSNBC's like, what do you mean you're unemployed? Come see us. Bring that Toobin guy with you.
It's just, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, Jeffrey Toobin is,
No, he's a super. Are you jerking off while we're talking right now?
Right now. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, well, that's what Jeffrey Toobin's doing.
That's why I like him so much.
The truth, it comes out along with his dick in every meeting.
Ew. Do you know what they're using 3D printers to print now?
Well, we were just talking about dicks, so my guess is...
I think that's already been done. But the answer is eyeballs.
Ew.
I thought your husband would appreciate that.
God bless him.
Can I give you dinner conversation for tonight?
What?
Hey, Brian! I thought I would let you know.
That's not okay. I don't want a plastic eyeball.
Eyeballs. Printed. So you mentioned the phallus. Do you think... I'm confident that that's how
There's our new show title. You mentioned the phallus.
Oh, let me write that down.
It's a little too highfalutin for us. Yes. Okay. I feel like something that's shot out of a printer doesn't belong rolling around in my face. Literally stuck, embedded into my cranial face.
Right. Like almost like adjacent to your brain. Like, yes, come on in, everybody. It's not like I'm using the brain. I think it's wonderful that you could make all of these things, that you could print all of these things.
You could grow an ear on the back of a rat. I mean, there's lots of ways to make people parts.
I remember ear rat. Yeah. Way cooler than pizza rat by a million.
Meat cat. Yeah. They're all the things you can get. Pizza rat by a million.
Vomit.
Okay. Super.
What is the moron laugh?
Wow. This took a turn. And I'm wondering what the segue in your brain was from what I was saying to the word moron. So I have had the opportunity to encounter lots of strangers in my proximity due to the 6 count 'em basketball games I have attended this week. And at the college game, there was a college kid in front of us. I presume he was a college kid. He could have been a graduate. I don't know how old he was. And he had the moron laugh.
What's that?
Like the Seth...
Rogen.
Is that Seth? Who's the pothead?
Rogen. Yep.
When you laugh like that, you hear it, right? You know when it comes out of your face that you sound like a dunce sickle. You hear it.
I don't think he does.
You hear it though. The girl you're with hears it, and she decided to still be with you. So I don't know what you're packing, because if you laugh at a certain point, everybody knows that you have this, it's so bad and so obvious and so I am stupid holding a sign with an arrow pointing straight down to my face. It is so obvious that someone has told you and you're sticking with it.
Let me ask you.
It's like those people. No, it's like those people, and it's always boys, who can't figure out how to walk. They do like the hop. They walk, but then somehow on the balls of their feet, they have that weird 5th grade boop, 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 boop. When they're walking, their gait is like, when you put the front part of your foot down, the pad of your foot, the ball of your foot, ball. They're walking and they do like an extra hop, like they sort of bounce instead of just actually walking.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm
so lost.
You don't see people when they walk and they walk like idiots, and it's always that same like doink doink doink, like that bouncy 5th grade boy walk. It is the same thing as the moron laugh. It is a categorical trait that many people share. And when you laugh like an idiot and make yourself sound like an idiot, people know it. At that point, you got to change your laugh.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and ask you, because I saw Seth Rogen was at the Adele concert last week, and he had row 1 seat seat A and B. He and his wife were sitting at the very front at the Adele concert in front of
oh God, I can think
the
of
Griffith
nothing
Observatory.
Worse. Nothing worse.
So he said, so first thing on the other side, we're watching pieces of this concert and he's sitting there high as a fucking kite with, like you said, his laugh, right? Wondering, well, then I heard that he had no idea until that day he was going to that concert. He had no reason or right to be sitting in the front row. He said, why are you putting, I don't want these seats. Drake is behind me.
The front row is the worst row at any concert when you're in that kind of a venue.
Agree.
Because now you're basically in the dressing room with the person performing, and it's awful for them and you, because now you can't pick anything you got on your body. You can't text anybody. You can't say, take a picture. You can't, I don't know what you're going to do in a concert, but you can't do it.
And your reaction to the concert needs to be you have to be in the show.
1,000%. If you are supporting this performer, you're basically like the other dancer up there.
Correct.
And you cannot dislike anything.
He was upset about it. He's like, I did not ask for this.
He's not up to the task. He doesn't belong there.
He didn't want the task. Of course he didn't.
I don't like that.
Oh, I like him a lot.
No, I like him a whole lot. I actually adore and love him. I hate his laugh.
He did not want to be there.
If I was here with him, I would say, put that joint down so I can slap your face. And he would go, it's so gross.
Is that laugh okay for him?
No. And he'll never change it. No, it's not.
So do you think that the frat boy that was near you was also high?
No, I absolutely know that he was not high. If he was, it was the most boring and sad high, and he needs to learn what getting high is. He was not high. He was just laughing like a moron. And the question really is focused on, I don't want to tell you to change something about yourself, except that, because when you're walking around wearing a t-shirt that says, I'm super stupid, I wouldn't want you to wear that t-shirt. I don't care. And you think
that laugh is the t-shirt?
No, I know that laugh is not only the t-shirt, it is a tattoo on your forehead that says, I'm super stupid. You can hear it. Everyone can hear it. And I know that he can hear it too.
Here's what I hear from you.
It? Uh-oh.
Here's what I hear from you. I was out in the General Pop this week, and I didn't like it. Everybody else's little idiosyncrasies made me fucking crazy. I wanted to kill this one because of his laugh.
Nope. The girlfriend that he had with him had a ponytail that she kept grabbing and twisting. That was her tick. She would grab the end of the thing and twist it, and so all of her ponytail, and it was long and red, would get in my area and be on my legs. Because we were seated in a stadium. It's like ding, ding, ding. And I'm like, wow. And so that was irritating. His laugh, I felt bad for him and me for having to hear it. I felt bad for him. I don't know. My point to you is, if I had a child, stop it. If I had a child doing that, I would absolutely, you're not allowed to do that. That is just, it's psychotic behavior. Who allows this? He's heard it. His friends have heard it. They're letting it go on. I don't understand. You can't. It's not okay.
I'll let my children disrespect me in my home, but the second you walk out of this house and laugh like a moron, we are done.
Why would you let them do that? Why would you let them laugh like that? Why?
It is not okay.
It's just, I don't understand how I'm getting pushback on this. It's okay for Jeffrey Wanks-a-lot-Toobin to go to every meeting and defile the entire corporate setting.
On a break between meetings to mostly close his computer. Please do not make me defend him again.
I don't understand how you can and still think it's okay for people to walk around with moron laughs. I don't get it. I don't understand. Fundamentally, you're a quiz to me.
I love Seth Rogen, so his laugh
He's the only one that's allowed to have it, and even he should not have it.
All right, but you exempt him.
That's like Groucho Marx glasses. That's Charlie Chaplin mustache. There, you get that's
or
it.
Hitler.
You're the
only
only
Hitler
one.
Is allowed to have that mustache.
Yes, really, frankly, yes.
Okay.
And because why else? Why would you walk around with a Hitler mustache now? And start telling people,
shouldn't.
Thank you. These are the right examples. And I just pulled them out of nowhere. That's how true it is.
Well, I think the Hitler one is true, but why couldn't you, Charlie Chaplin?
If someone's laughing like an idiot,
yeah,
you need to fucking change that laugh. Don't you agree? Come on. It's not about me. It's about you.
I think it's an authentic laughter is an authentic response to something that's happening. And if you're telling someone that they can't be authentic,
your laugh, and you have changed your laugh throughout the course of your life, and you will change your laugh throughout the course of your life, it's a fucking fact.
So nobody's told him? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying, Why is he sticking with it when it is changeable? It's like handwriting. It's going to evolve over the course of your life.
So no one's told him, you're saying? Nobody's told him. Did you take it upon yourself to do so?
No, I don't know him. He's a stranger. The people who love him.
That's the best way.
Gross. The people who love him are letting him, I'll use it, defile himself in this way. Oh, this conversation is not going the way I thought it was going to go because you should just agree and say, we got to call him now.
You told me, I don't have his number. You told me these things evolve. Let's hope you just caught him at the adolescence of his freaking laughter and he's going to evolve out of this.
I know. It's time. We got to wrap it up. And
wrap it up,
put some
flip
tape
it, rub it down.
On my face.
Oh, no. Wow, we haven't done that in years.
See?
Wow.
It all came
Look
back.
at that. Hey, dear listener, thanks for plugging in your AirPods that you stole from Amy and then, I don't know, filthified.
It's super gross. I'm already agitated. You got to do this to me too. I'm going back to my brittle.
You know my husband's going to hear this and he's going to contact Brian and get him to get you new. Are you eating brittle on pod?
Very crunchy.
It fell in your lap too. Just thought I would tell you. Yeah, she picked it up and put it in her mouth. If you would like brittle.
No.
She has another hour to wake up earlier.
I would love to sell you some brittle. My point is we don't need to use this to sell my brittle. Oh, so much as I love to sell it.
Joy Belly brittle. Log on now and
so good,
order.
You guys, my fucking God, I wish I could tell you how good it is. It's
order
so
some
good.
now. Thank you for listening. Thank you for plugging us into your very clean ears and being a part of our podcast. Feel free to email us, brilliantobservations@gmail.com, with lists of things you would like Amy to name in 30 seconds. It will be a new feature on our show because I love to see her panic and I love to have it not be Melissa who's panicking. And I like control. I know. No way, Melissa. You control? No. It is true. No Noich here. We would love to hear from you and your lists. Thank you for listening. Order some brittle. We love you.